True. All right. That's true. Hi, folks. How's it going? We doing good? It is Wednesday, and that means that we are going to play D&D. Ah. It is Wednesday. All right. This is week 3. I'm going to continue to gaslight. Session 0 was week 0. I am Cannon, also known as Artie, also known as the Game Master. You can call me any of those 3 things, and I am likely to respond to you. And I use he, him pronouns. Before I get into the recap and let everybody know what we're doing this week, that I'm going to try and be pretty thorough for this one because there's several people that haven't been here for the last 3 weeks. I'd like to go around and have everybody introduce themselves, introduce their characters if you have them already, give your pronouns, and just so that everybody knows who they are talking to and what their deal is, character and like meta outside of character wise. Like I said, I'm already he, him, and we're going to go around clockwise, so we're going to Chris. Mm-hmm. Myrtle from Dominaria, very good. I know, yeah. The other one left, so the law of Owlins set in. Hazaret? Oh, you gotta remember your god.
I have it written down. I've been very good master. I got to like all
A Furman. And shit.
Glory and battle. And I'm kind of scared of this guy, but not really.
Reasonable, reasonable. You're kind of tall, like big jackal guys, yeah. Both of them are weapons. Yeah. True. That has been very consistent so far. That has been like the main thing that Mool has done, is touch things without asking. True. Believable. Yes, sure. Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see if I can take you on a visual journey to some degree. Yeah. All right. So all of you are planeswalkers. Normal people who just so happen to have developed the supernatural ability to travel across the planes and between universes that pretty much everybody else is unaware even exist. Your natural abilities awakened due to likely some kind of traumatic or like extremely emotionally intense moment in your history. And ever since then, you have found this spark of planeswalking available to you once per day to travel the planes. Each of you have visited at least 3 planes in the previous, within your history, and there's a table for that if you've not rolled that before. It's not critically important that you do it now, but it is. You should do it eventually. You currently find yourselves upon the plane of Ravnica, a plane that is the size, or a city rather, that is the entire planet. The entire plane itself is one city by the name of Ravnica, and it is overseen by 10 guilds who are in control of the city that due to a magical like law enforcement spell called the Guild Pact that ensures that the guilds are in power and that they cannot like overreach their purview and thus they are always in a perfect balance of power. There's a lot of problems with this, but that's not what you're trying to solve. What you are trying to solve is a murder mystery for the citizens of a different plane, known only as the Tower, reached out to you after you saved them once before in order to request that you aid them in discovering the murderer of their Sphinx leader, the Lord High Techno-Arcanist Rajizu. He was murdered 6 months ago, and the Vedalken, who are the inhabitants of the Tower, were able to trace this murderer's like planeswalking ability that they share with you to the city of Ravnica, the plane of Ravnica, and you have traveled to Ravnica in order to try and determine their identity and to try and see like what all of that is about, basically. You have very little information. So far, you have managed to determine that the murderer, the assassin, was gargantuan in size when they attacked Rajizu, that they utilized some kind of magic that you are unable to identify, that they are a planeswalker such as yourselves, and that they were not seen by anybody at the Tower. On this plane, 6 months ago, you have gathered by interview from several different people, including another planeswalker such as yourself, who lives upon this plane, that there's really no records of anything strange having happened 6 months ago. But there are some circumstantial bits of evidence. The most important, or the most concrete of which, is that the activity of the Gruul Barbarian Guild has been increasing ever since about 6 months ago. In search of more answers, you guys have set out in search of the Azorius Law Mage, Tybern Paladino, who is investigating these increased Gruul raids and went missing in the Undercity beneath Ravnica's streets. And you have just at the end of the last session found Tybern Paladino resting from being wounded in some manner in the sewer hut of the goblin Yabablax, up on screen now. Yabablax is maybe a little bit deranged. I don't know. She seems insane. That's probably the impression that you guys left with at the end of last week. She does seem to be kind of happy. Anyway, happy, but definitely murderous. Here's a quick little map I drew of the hut in fucking 2020. It's been a long time. Don't think about how long ago that was. And inside of that hut is Tybern. So all of you are level 3. You guys are, if you are new characters, you're fully rested. If you're not, you have not rested since last week. You guys did turn a gang of, I believe, 30 goblins into like tomato sauce. Like there was several shatters invoked in that particular fight, so those shatters are still gone. But you are able to enter into the hut. Yellowbox is going to wait outside for reasons of space. The hut is only about 6 feet high, ceiling-wise. It was built for Yellowbox, and the Tiberan Paladino, he's a human. He's laying down in there, but fitting the whole party in there is basically a little bit beyond maximum capacity, I think. So you guys are a little bit squished, but you are able to go in. And inside, it is dark, but you can overcome this. 6 feet tall. You get some people are hunching over, for sure. It's a little short. The Law Mage Tyburn, he's laying in a kind of like makeshift cot, like bedding on the ground, and he appears to be like conscious, but you can tell just by looking at him he's a little bit out of it. He's not 100% for sure. There's a number of bandages that appear to be made of like kind of like a woven textile that are around his torso and one of his arms, and you can see that to the side are the rest of his belongings, you presume. In particular, his Azorius Law Mage armor, guild signet, and badge, as well as his weapons, are all laying to the side. When you enter in, he seems a bit confused. His eyes kind of like lazily focus on you, and ultimately he goes, "Hello. You're not a goblin." Okay, fair enough. He's wielding, I believe, a glaive, so there's plenty of weapon to perch on. Yes, that's right. He kind of looks around. I mean, technically, I suppose I still am. I was doing an investigation. He kind of like clams up, actually. Who are you? I am Tyber. It is a pleasure to meet you, but I rather meant, why are you asking? Okay. Some kind of powerful magic. To kill a sphinx? Indeed. I'm afraid I can't think of anything matching that particular description. About 6 months ago. My investigation is on the there are Gruul raids further inland from the Rubble Belt to the north than normal. I've been investigating them for a while, but They did seem to get worse 6 months ago. I'm not sure if this is related to what you're asking, but the timeline does match a little bit. Further, and more targeted, the Gruul are not known for their accuracy in their raiding, but they've gotten very far into the city itself without causing any kind of havoc on the way there. It's unlike them. Yes. It's not clear to me that they have a new leader so much as a new purpose, a goal that they're trying to fulfill. I've been investigating these, but it's very difficult to investigate the Gruul. They live in the rubble belts to the north and in the wastelands beyond, and are not particularly open to being questioned by a law mage. I've been following after their appearances and sightings. A number of their shamans were sighted going into the Undercity. That's why I pursued them. But I think it was a trap. I was ambushed almost immediately. I do not remember much beyond that. The Gruul, it's hard to tell. They hold to rationality and faiths that do not make sense to most of us. Have you ever heard of the Old Ways? Unlikely. I'm not surprised if you have. It predates the guilds. 10,000 years ago or more. I don't know very much about it. One of my friends is actually a bit of an expert. She's a Selesnya envoy. Her name is Izish. I had made arrangements to go speak to her, but I'm afraid I'm quite late to those arrangements now. I mean, once I am clear on what your purpose is, I see no purpose in hiding any of this information. I understand that you're investigating, but I wish to learn more. It would be ill-advised to make a decision like that without understanding that decision. Yeah. To the Undercity? I don't understand. To the district. Sphinx. That's a very particular reference. Well, feel free. Roll it advantage. Oh, we don't have Roger. We don't have the. Oh yeah. You want to start me or finish? Sharpie. Going to D20 for a persuasion on Palona here. Which, 19. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. Here's, by the way, this is not Tyburn specifically, but this is a law mage in the armor, right? So this is the kind of thing that you're looking at. He's not wearing the armor, but the armor is in. There we go. Fuck yeah. Bob's just written guidance on their hand. New sign unlocked. Huh? Yeah. I'm afraid that I'm really not well. I don't think traveling is in the cards for the near future. If you're able to find my friend Izage, she might be able to give you insight into the Gruul's activities. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for, but she is knowledgeable in the old ways. She'll understand them better than almost anyone outside of this life. Failing that, the archives might hold a record of all of my movements, achievements, and my infractions. If you think that what I'm investigating is related, you could try visiting the Azorius archives, getting access to them. Without my access, you're unlikely to get timely there. But there's an elocutor. Her name is Liddell. She'll give you access if you help her out with the case. She just mentioned my name to her. She's active in the precinct. You ask for Liddell by name, you'll be able to find her relatively quickly. She was investigating a vampire by the name of Cirislav. I'm not sure exactly what it's related to, but memory serves, that investigation also began about 6 months ago. That's the best point of context that might be related as well. It could be. But it's a big city. It's difficult to know until the investigation is complete. I'm Liddell, yeah, Lydele, Liddell. I would expect if you depart here, watch yourselves. I don't know whether or not my would-be assassins are after me or anyone investigating this. Be careful. To help? I don't know if there's anything you can do to help me. But for whatever reason, he kind of looks to the side. I feel useless sitting here recovering. No. I was rather thinking I would be very useful if I told you more information and stayed alive. Well, I'm glad. Fair enough. I'm gonna go But they have to be this color. A pair of sending stones. Those are worth quite a bit. That's like an extreme overkill. Yeah. An uncommon is 100 times a d6. Well, infusions are worth nothing because they're temporary. I think there's a line of text that says impossible to sell, impossible to, yeah. Yeah, they're not bargaining chips. Because the artificer needs to, they're obviously infusions and everybody knows about them, and the artificer has to every day at morning do the thing or else they stop working. That's what I'm saying, is like, they know that that's the case if you try and show it to them. Yeah. Besides, this is a thing that would take multiple days, so the payment would stop being money before she probably just wouldn't even talk to you again. $10 gold pieces? Oh, well, much obliged. I appreciate it. You're looking for the gruel stuff, generally speaking. Okay, 6 months. You know, I can work with that. I've worked on less before. I've worked on a lot more too, but you know. No, you're on the right track. I don't know what track you're on, but you're on the right one because there have been communications between important people, trust me, about the Zerta. Do you know the Zerta? If you don't, that's normal. The Zerta, they're like a specific faction of the Golgari. The Zerta, they're like invested in the old ways. they tend to be like shamans and old heads, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. That seems like you would have it made at that point. That sounds like blasphemy, both of you.
No, but like, I just need full I just need full another.
You're just like eating out of a dumpster. Well, listen, as far as 6 months ago, all I know about that is that there was an Orzhov priest that went crazy, and that was about 6 months ago. More crazy than normal for an Orzhov. Like, you know, now that you mention it, it's a hard baseline to go off of, but like, that's the reports I've gotten. No, kind of the opposite. Spending a lot of money. They never do that. Yeah. And like, no, not even things, services. They would never. Like, they're running a loss, this guy, this particular priest. No, as in, I mean, they're like spending, they're not earning money overall. Like, their net income is negative. It's like unheard of. They never do this. I mean, the reserves are big. 6 months is probably not even close to enough to make a dent, although I don't know the specifics. This is the kind of thing that I'm going to go investigate, right? What about the Undercity? Oh, well, kind of, yeah, sure. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Zib and Zeno, all right? Coin. Yeah, that's something I can look into. Yeah, I mean, I'll look into it, like I said, you know? That's the kind of thing. I don't think you guys know that yet. Yeah. I mean, that's something to go off of. Well, you guys have given me quite a bit to go off of. Yeah, but
Where we arrived, is that the same place that
within the map, basically, but not the exact location. Yeah, around here. Got it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Zerta sightings around here in general. Rebel Belt's just, you know, an hour away. Cool stuff? Yeah, that's where it would have started. You don't need me for that one. There's so much, yeah. Don't worry, you're allowed to raise your hand and ask me a question at any time. You don't need to know it, memorize everything. I have 3 notebooks. The Gruul, that's Gruul. Those are the barbarians. Yeah, they've been doing some shenanigans.
They're like, we fought them last week. They're like, fuck guys.
That's the Undercity. That's different.
Oh.
She is a Gruul of some kind, but you really have not pursued any information about her otherwise. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a very generic description, and I couldn't tell you anything. Centaur? I'll tell you what, I will look into it, but I'm not in the Gruul, and my contacts in the Gruul are not the most verbose. So I'll tell you everything that they give me, which I don't expect to be complete sentences. Also, for whatever it's worth, I should have done this earlier. These are the guilds. Come on, the guilds. Come on, the guilds. Hello? Hello, the guilds. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know how that got done that way. Don't. There we go. The guilds. You do not need to know all of these. These are here for reference in the future. You can ask me to pull this up, and I will. Because that's the one where also. Sorry, I can't even fucking finish that sentence. Which one is the bisexual one? Is that the Izzet?
Yeah.
They're into experimentation.
Again,
and lightning. Yeah, big lightning fans. That's actually the contact that Chris has is from the Izzet, so that's canon. That's canon now.
We're very fun. And bisexual.
Oh my god, it keeps getting better. What are we doing next, guys? So you guys gonna, if you travel for one more half an hour, you're gonna get sleepy. So you could rest here. That's gonna take a silver piece if you're gonna sleep inside. Then, if roof act, no. No, you don't. Lodging and food is very cheap. Or you just like sleep standing up, like in a tree. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick recap, right? Here are your current leads, right? Azorius, that is the secretary who can get you access to the library if you help her investigate something, right? There is the Orzhov. There is a crazy priest of some kind that started going crazy around 6 months ago. The Gruul are the ones that are causing all this shit. They're up to the north. You could try and investigate directly. Seems violent, but that's the direction you could go. There is the contact from the Izzet, who is doing experiments to the south. There is the missing Selesnian diplomat emissary, Izage, who is in the Undercity somewhere, as far as you're aware. And in a few days, Skip who is part of the Simic Combine, will be coming back to you guys with some information, right? Nope. But I can look into it. The more things you ask me to look into, the more, time it'll take. Oh, no, that's it. Sorry. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. She's a big fan of it. She's I mean, she loves it, right? She feels like it's almost like a spiritual experience for her, but also it's really useful because the buildings around here are fucking tall as hell. Like, let me see if I can find out. Yeah, like Ravnica gives you ample opportunity to be gliding around and doing shit. You know? Yeah, you guys sleep. Long rest. Go. It happens. In the morning, when you get up, there is a, to the party, familiar face waiting in the tavern after you get down. It is the Gorgon, Xanth. She is returned. Hi. How did things go with my teacher? I can see that. It sounds like you had a good experience, and that's all that matters. Huh. That was a more direct sequence of events than I was expecting. I knew she would know something, but I didn't expect she would have it. I didn't expect the Law Mage to be in her hut. Great, cool, wonderful. Well, did it work out? Did you find everything you needed? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah? Mind if I come? Because you've convinced me at this point that my memory is missing and I need conclusion. I need some kind of closure to this. And also, I won't lie, I need to keep an eye on you. I don't trust you yet, and while I believe that you're telling me the truth, I don't necessarily believe that you're not going to cause trouble. And I just want to be there to witness the trouble you cause so that I can kill everybody involved other than you at the very least, so that nothing spreads out beyond that. That's very brave of you. I don't eat, and that's not what I'm trying to give, but fine. Thank you. It is snakes, yes. It's snake tails, specifically, actually. Well, she's gonna put. Hold on. I'm gonna do this as many times as I can because I like it. She's gonna put her hood back on, and then, and then you guys can go out. How did I meet Yabo? Well, she's just kind of always been known as the teacher. Yeah. Not a lot of my sisters went out and tried to meet her, so I think she considered me unique in that sense. Most my sisters, they're kind of stuck up. They believe that everything they have naturally is all that they're ever going to need. Didn't really see the point in learning wizardry. I disagreed with them. Decided to become a student. Gallablax took me on, and I managed not to upset her. And I'm still here, and you're still here. So, I think you understand the rest. Except for, imagine your conversations, but several dozen years. I would do it again if I had to. It was worth it, despite the misery. Where are we going, party? Going to contact? You have to scream no if you don't want me to. Cool. You guys are going to go to Dweber. Dweber. I like Dweber. Kind of reminds me of Dwemer. Yeah. Dweber is a male, like, insertion, bisexual Vidalkin storm sorcerer working in the Lab of Storms and Electricity for the Izzet. You arrive... Yes. That's... Yes. Yeah, okay, thank you for getting it at the end. You guys get to the laboratory after only about 2 hours of traveling. You are not accosted by anybody on the way and arrive safely. The door is locked. Okay, go. Knocking is for cowards, apparently. Oh, yeah. Click. They don't make locks that good at level 3. Go. Yeah. Click. Okay, so inside of the door, or inside of the room, so you've opened the door to what appears to be basically like an apartment living space, and once you open the door, it becomes very clear that this is not the case in reality. There's evidence of demolition. The walls have been taken down and replaced by columns and sturdy pillars to hold up the roof and make room for an enormous... Basically, I would describe it as a tokamak fusion reactor looking ass steampunk machine. A gigantic conglomeration of pipes, pressure chambers, and levers connected via electrical and steam-powered means. There are seemingly purposeless to your eyes mechanisms spinning around on this thing and arcing lightning between themselves as this machine continues to work passively. Despite the fact of all of this steam-powered, lightning-like arcing, noisy, for the record, machinery, you still somehow gaze at this thing and come back with the impression that it is basically non-functioning currently. You can only imagine the noise it makes when it's active. There are, yeah, screaming is going to be the only way to get people's attention around here. There are about a dozen people in here that appear to be working, maintaining different pieces of function of the machine, and writing things down, taking notes, scribing copies of previous notes, and archiving in a large wall covered in scrolls. among them, what's the character's name? Do you have one left? Can I have one? Irma. 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 Yeah, you don't get the impression that it's not working so much as it's inactive, right? This is it when it's off. This is passive, yeah.
There's opportunity here.
Yeah, you can. That is fucking. Hold on, let me. No, here, that's a great point. That's you make a fantastic point. I'm going to show you a general. Yeah, you guys want to see an is it machine?
Yes.
Bisexual machine. You know what? Look it. This is what you're looking at, basically. And the guy is. Trevor cannot hear you over the noise, but eventually you're able to get his attention. Oh! Hey! How's it going? What's it? Oh, why? Oh, it's not that. Oh, what are you doing? Yes, the start. Hey. Well, that's the luck with the tours or whatever. I've got a lot of books. Oh, right.
better if I introduce you. Come down. Well, folks, Lecotten has ceded his position of you need to do stuff for me. Go upstairs after threats of violence and actual murder, but not the guy he wanted. He's not stopping. Yeah, actually, he said it would be better if I introduced you. So, next week, we will have a conversation with Cirislav Belagor, the vampire pontiff of the Coruscant Syndicate, and the subject of a external investigation by the Azorians as contracted to you. And also the subject of other leads, including being the mysterious private benefactor of research experiments, and apparently having gone crazy. Oh yeah, you got it. 2015. What's your perception? Cotton. He already gave you his badge, so no. Then technically that's a success, but PvP has to be agreed upon. The point is basically you don't find anything, you already have it like that. He already also gave you his signet, which is the other thing that was in his inventory. Okay, yeah. Every Monday takes a minute, but you guys run out of it. No. Thank you guys very much for showing up this week. I hope to see all of you again next week, where we will have that conversation with Cirislav Belagor. And I also hope to check out more than one of the beats I had planned. But we got other beats. Oh dear. I pressed the wrong part of the game. But this is all stuff that I also have prepared, just prepared from 2020. It's whenever I air quotes complain about my prep being ruined, it's kind of a compliment to you guys doing something that isn't happening last, you know? And like it was kind of boring to run the exact same campaign over and over again. And so like I've shown this off before, I'm gonna show it again. This is the mind map for this campaign that I made, right? You can see, because I'm showing it backwards, you can see the red screen. You can see the red screen. This is the organization of this campaign, along with like dossiers on all the characters. So whatever order you guys go in, I have it. All right, you're not fucking me over, so don't worry about that. So keep it. That was, yeah, I was running this in 2020. That went great. And that's Dozen Bucks. Well, yeah, thank you guys.